Hiya, Vivienne from Karmic Wellbeing. So today's video is going to be about fasting for fertility. I myself am 43 and pregnant, so over the coronavirus time, I've obviously been shielding, and I just decided to make a little series of videos. I've done videos from introduction to mindfulness, and I've done some for pregnancy help, for people trying to conceive, just anything that I can fill my spare time with while I'm on this lockdown. So, like I say, today's video is fasting for fertility. I'll just show you my own little bump at the moment. A nice neat wee bump there. I've just got over 7 weeks left to go. So when I was trying to conceive, in fact, before I was trying to conceive, I actually came across fasting, and I was quite interested in the fasting and the autophagy side of things. And I do feel that it helped me lose a bit of weight, which was probably why I sort of went into the fasting in the first place, just to, to give it a try and just to see if I got any of the benefits. Now, because I'd already been trying it, I was aware of some of the benefits. So it speeds up your metabolism. You can get weight loss benefits, which is what I got. It gives your digestive system and your gut just a rest, so it's got some healing properties there as well. It can regulate your body hormones, reduces inflammation, which is another one that interested me as an oncology massage therapist, because reducing inflammation, that can help starve cancer cells, and it's also important for fertility. So that's when I first came across that, which never came back to me until I was actually trying. It can improve brain function, cognitive function, and it can, on that note, it can help you prevent autoimmune diseases. Sorry, forgot where I was going there. So yeah, it's got loads of benefits. It can improve heart health function, improves your insulin sensitivity, so it can help you to use up your sugar levels and the fat that's stored, rather than just keep spiking your insulin and just reusing what comes into your body. So when you stimulate autophagy, which is another bit of the fasting that I found really interesting, when you stimulate the autophagy, this can be from like 16 hours to 24 hours into your fast. That's what they call the sweet spot. The autophagy encourages the cleaning out of all the cells in your body. It gets, it just gets rid of the rubbish and encourages like upcycling of the cells. So this, obviously helps with reducing the inflammation, lowering blood pressure, and it has anti-aging benefits as well. It's another one that obviously interested me as I'm getting older. So yeah, there's different kinds of fasting you can do. Now, obviously, there's people that do 3 to 5 days fast. I was not going to go straight in and do something as hard and as fast as that, excuse the pun. I was looking at doing 16.8 hour fasting. So it's like 16 hours fasting and an 8-hour eating window. I didn't start straight away into that. I just gently sort of got myself into doing that. I think I would have like the 12-hour window off and then the 12-hour eating. And then I just slowly adjusted it each day so that I would be eating my breakfast a bit later and finishing eating earlier in the evening, rather than spiking your insulin levels. Each time you spike your insulin levels, you're back to square one basically in your fasting chart. So your insulin levels get spiked, the insulin's then getting used instead of using up what's already in your cells and getting to the autophagy stage to manage to clean out the rubbish. So then I obviously was trying to conceive, and I thought, I can't do fasting. It's not everything I'd read. It hadn't recommended it. It was saying don't want to fast if you're going to be getting a fetus, a wee baby, wee embryo in you. You don't want to be starving it, or you don't want to be going into autophagy and like get your body cleaning out any rubbish, because it might accidentally, clean the wee fetus out, not realising that it's what it is. So I did a little bit more research myself on the subject, because I thought it must be able to help in some way, because I'd seen so many benefits for myself already. And for fertility, obviously with the whereas reducing the inflammation, which is what you want as well for fertility. And you also need your body mass index, your BMI, to be at a certain level. So if you are overweight or you're on the top end of your BMI, you want to bring your body mass index down. to be in, you know, the sweet spot again with the weight for fertility. If you're on the thin side, maybe fasting isn't for you. Avoid, you know, maybe it isn't. I just personally, for me, I found it helpful. I'm not recommending everybody go out and try fasting for their fertility. It's for your own, how your own body deals with it. You need to really look at that. And they also recommend like chatting to your GP, although I didn't find my own GP is very helpful for any information from down to this, pause, baby brain, lost for words there, down to the supplements is the word I was looking for. Down to the supplements I was taking, I didn't find them dead helpful with that. And also when I inquired about fasting, I got the whole, oh, it's not good sort of situation. So again, this has come from my own studying that I decided to give fasting a try. So what they do recommend, and the ones that I found that recommended it, was fasting for fertility. Only do this on your 6 to 11 days of your cycle. So it's literally just before ovulation. You don't want to be fasting in the second half of your cycle when potentially you've got like a wee emby there, potentially there could be something. You don't want to be going into autophagy then. You want to just do the fasting. So the 6th day to the 11th day, so just before ovulation. This also will get your pituitary gland and your hypothalamus gland stimulated, which will stimulate secreting your sex hormones. So again, if you're on the thin side, this might not be for you because you need these hormones to be at certain levels. I think it just worked for me. I was maybe a little bit larger and my weight had come down from a previous fasting, but I just think that it worked for me and my own body. So you have to be able to gauge your own body again to know what you're doing, but it can work for you. Don't just be put off by people saying, oh, it doesn't work and da-da-da. That's not their bodies. You need to do research for yourself. So just putting it out there that it worked for me. So it can work. So again, only on the 6th day to the 11th day of your cycle is the dates they recommend. It's going to help reduce inflammation. It's going to maximise your liver's ability to do its cleaning job. You know, and liver health is really important for fertility. As if you've watched any of my other videos with the packs on the liver, you know, to get the liver cleaned. Also the supplements I was taking, milk thistle was one of them. That's really important for liver health as well. So liver health is like up there in fertility. You really want that. Like I say, it's balancing your hormones, pituitary gland and hypothalamus. And for guys, it's suggested in studies that you can get a sperm count increase. I think some of the studies might have been related to Ramadan and whatnot. I can't actually remember off the top of my head right now, but there was suggestions out there. So it's not just for yourself, for the guys as well. And the guys' benefit for them is they don't have to do days 6 to 11. They can do any days. So again, I don't recommend going in and starting with a heavy, hard fast. For me, I mean, I went on my previous, before I was trying to conceive fasting, I went down to the 1 meal a day, maybe once a week or once every second week, or maybe a couple of days every second day, just depending on how I was feeling. I would really gauge it on how my body was feeling. There's no point just reading stuff and thinking this is going to work. You've got to gauge by yourself. And yeah, so I found that the 16.8, so the 8-hour eating window, worked for me. So the easiest way to describe that one would be having your breakfast at 12 noon and eating through till 8 o'clock at night was your finish point. You can do a shorter window, but in fertility, I wouldn't recommend it. You want to keep your nutrients and your levels of the good stuff up as well. Vitamins, nutrients, everything. I also, for myself, when I was doing it, found that I still drank water when I needed to. I didn't stop drinking water. And bone broth, if you've watched my bone broth video, that's another thing that can help with your amino acids and everything, and that doesn't count to take you out of your fasting. So things that weren't taking you out of the cast, I think coffee might be another one, but don't quote me because I'm not a coffee drinker, so it wasn't one for me, as long as you're not taking milk and creamers in your coffee. But for me, I was still drinking water. Just avoid things like sugary things, energy drinks, anything like that, because obviously that's going to take you out of your fast and spike your insulin levels. But yeah, so just putting it out there that fasting for fertility can work, and for me, did work. It was one of the tools I used. So all that remains to say is thank you for watching my video today, and I am going to carry on doing a few more. Obviously I've only got 7 weeks left, and then I may be rather busy for a wee while, but I will see if I can, get some videos out there for all you budding mamas to be. And if anyone wants to have a conversation under, feel free. Any questions, any comments on the video, anything, if you want to chit chat. And if not, please feel free to subscribe, and I hope you can join me in this journey and potentially see me on my next video. And all that remains is, from the love in me to the love in you, namaste.